Anyway, folks, welcome back to Frozen Tundra Finds. There's one more logo. Cool, dude. This week we found. Hey, it's Kim Possible in. Did you know there was a Kim Possible video game? I didn't know there was a Kim Possible video game. It's for the Game Boy Advance. It's Kim Possible. So, in light of the recent announcement by Disney of the it's the word I'm looking for. In light of the recent announcement by Disney of the remake of the live action remake film. I don't know. I didn't get much from the trailer, but in light of the live action remake announcement, I decided it was a good time to play this. I found it in a pile of games at a bargain bin store, and I remember this show very fondly, so I wanted to know what the game was like, essentially. And this game seems pretty good. At least so far, immediately. The show, I don't remember a whole lot of the show specifically, but I do recall it being pretty solid. It was pretty standard, like Monster of the Week show. We got Kim on screen. You saw on the title screen the pet character, because of course there's a pet character in an early 2000s animated cartoon. Of course, there's the quirky pet. It was a naked mole rat. Who the rest of the supporting cast? There was Ron Stoppable, Kim's dopey, mostly useless dude character pal, and the kind of dopey sidekick who was the owner of the pet mole rat. And then there was a huge cast of there was a huge rogues gallery of villains, because it was a Monster of the Week style show where basically, oh no, the world needs saving, who the heck is Kim beating up this week kind of thing. The main two villains that I remember are one of them's on the screen right now in the password zone. The blue dude, his name's Draken. And basically Draken, the blue dude, was a completely incompetent villain, and the real villain that was worth, the real villain who was worth their salt was Shigo, this green lady, who had fire powers, and she was the real villain. Let's be honest. People who remember the show know what I'm on about. Draken was just like a Joe Schmo, basically. Draken was the real henchman, and Shigo was the real brains. And that was actually kind of a theme throughout the show that I remember, was this kind of, the female character is the one who's supremely competent, and then the dude is just entirely useless. And it was interesting how often it came up, and there was a lot more to this show than you would reasonably expect from a kid's show in the early 2000s, I'd say. Ow. Can I please stop rolling into the acid? There we go. That's what I wanted to do the whole time. And the theme music, oh my gosh. So the music in this game is not doing the actual theme any kind of justice. It's arguably iconic. Wow, that had none of the effect I wanted it to. Yeah, I would have been better off to just punch him in the face. So this game, so far, I think, I've just been blithering about the TV show, because the TV show is what I remember. I never got to play this game as a kid, but it seems pretty good. It seems like the sprite work's not atrocious. The faces could use a little work. You can make a longer jump by doing a cartwheel first. If you look at Kim's face, but the actuals, okay, cool. It's not what I meant to do, but we'll take it. Wade, I just found this permission slip for Camp Wana Week with Ron's name on it, with a fake, way uncool fake signature. Locate Ron for me, would ya?
Bad news, Kim. He's already at camp. You better go get him before he gets into trouble.
So, I managed to find all the things, and there's a... So, this show, you get an idea of the art style for the show, I think, in the mid-roll cards between levels, I think. Kind of gets across the general idea in its very pixelated, compressed GBA kind of way. Actually, the sprite work for this game actually kind of really gets across the art style while not looking the best. A lot like last week's game, actually. We did do Foster's last week, didn't we? Yeah, we did Foster's last week. A lot like last week's... I don't know what got me onto, like, a cartoon video game kick. Jeez, I accidentally did that. Again, the sprite work in this game very much kind of gets across the idea of the show's art style while not looking the best in the world, but still looking pretty solid. Did I do the thing? Is he gone? I don't think he's gone. I probably could have, like, roll jumped over that, but that's no fun. Sometimes you just gotta take damage, you know? But anyway, the show, as I remember, it didn't end normally.
If you're stuck, try using the lipstick laser to break through some areas.
As far as I remember, it didn't have a really, like, traditional ending. Instead, they decided, instead of, like, wrapping everything up normally, they just would do a tie-in TV movie, like Disney Channel original movie type thing, to close off all the storylines that the show left unfinished. And what they did was... what they did was they made like a made-for-TV movie, like an hour-and-a-half long special thing that closed off all the remaining storylines, like what the heck is gonna happen with Kim and Ron, who were basically having the worst case of the will they won't they's the whole show. It's a real thing. And there was a couple other like lingering plot things they closed off with it too, but it was pretty good for what it was. Can I not? I guess I have to go back and get the exploding makeup compact. That was another thing, like, so it was a spy show, right? It was kind of like spy themed. Kim Possible was supposed to be like a Batman style superhero, so she's got all this cool spy gear, and of course, because she's a hashtag relatable teen, all of her gadgets and gadgets needed to be not only things that were merchandisable, but also things that she could hide as a high school student. So she had a lot of like gadgets and whatnot. She had a lot of gadgetry that were basic. Ow! Come here. Come over here. Yeah, there we go. Jump. So I'm going to try and do this boss a little better. So, full disclosure, I did record a test episode with this one, just to make sure I could figure out what was going on. Ow. And, so that's why I'm acting like I know what's going on, because technically I do know what's going on. Ow. I have trapped myself in a corner. Oh, okay, we're good though. Ooh, cutscene! Wow. You could tell they had to compress this in a real severe way to get it to fit onto here. Looks like Shigo dropped something. I'll attach it to the communicator. It may be a clue.
The card you found has information on it. Give me a second to decode it. Got it! It seems to be coordinates somewhere deep in the South American jungles. Why would she be going there?
Oh, that little, like, voice sample from the show. That, like, no big. Good. But yeah, despite being, like, compressed, like, maximum over-compressed, those title cards and those... Actually, that cutscene really got across the art style of the show really well. But I don't know, I remember it being a lot better than it probably had any right to be. What I want to do is get that ow gem. I thought that hit me. There we go. I missed. Gonna have to back up and try again. Oh, yo! Nope. I want to get all the things. Gotcha. There was a lot of there was a really colorful cast of villains for the show too, which was there was a Scottish stereotype themed one, and the dude whose house this is, he was a martial artist guy, and there was a whole big plot line about Ron Stoppable involving this martial artist guy, and there was a lot going on in this show, much more than I think most people would reasonably expect from a Disney Channel show from that time. There was a lot going on, but it was just honestly surprisingly good. And I really should go back and watch a couple episodes of the show so that I don't just sit here and sing its praises without knowing it's any good. Because, it's always a question with old shows like this, whether they old-ish shows, whether they've held up. Stuff that's really, noticeably old, they will have been filtered through the world's greatest filter, time. Okay, good. That is what I was supposed to do. Is that what Wade's gonna say?
If you can't seem to jump high or long enough to reach your target, try using the grappling hook.
I just did. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna have to... Or we're just gonna fall in. Fall into the acid. The one true strat. What's Wade got to say?
Your roll can be used to get into tight spaces.
So, like this? Not like that. Like this. There we go. The roll is not just a dodge roll. It's also it's not just an attack, it's also a platforming technique, apparently. This isn't half bad, honestly. Especially for what it is for being a tie-in game, this is really good. Ooh, okay. That's cool. Just death. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, health. I love blind drop. Oh, okay. Or the game can lag. That's cool. Oh, I'm in sand. That's why I'm slow. It's like, the heck's going on? Ow. But this game seems pretty good, especially for like a Disney Channel TV show tie-in. Pretty solid. Oh, another boss already. Oh, this is the like martial arts themed dude who for some reason has a monkey tail. Okay, so the dodge roll does a ton of damage to this guy. It does double damage, apparently. It does 2 whole ticks of damage. Hey, we did it! We dodge rolled him into submission. Monkey ninjas, yep. Real thing. Real thing that this show had. Monkey ninjas.
Okay, I've already got the data from this memory card. Apparently Monkey Fist used these cards to gain accesses to the space station over Earth. My guess is Ron's tied up somewhere on the station. Good luck.
No big. Voice clip. Too good. Situation on the space station. I'm surprised there's not nearly as much rad 90s lingo in this game as I was expecting there to be. There are ninjas. There are monkey ninjas on a space station right now. Oh, speaking of space station and like early 2000s Disney Channel. Wait.
Jump against the wall and hold the jump button while pressing left or right to perform a wall jump. You can do it multiple times.
I can wall jump? Oh. Okay. Speaking of like space stations and movies from the early 2000s, time to learn how to wall jump, I guess. Do I have to like lead with this and then I can wall jump? Do I have to hold opposite? How did it say to wall jump again? Is it a timing thing? Bup, bup. Bup, bup. Okay, so I have to press the way I want to jump. So I have to this is really difficult with a joystick. Because for some reason I'm a whole dingus and I'm playing this on a controller with a joystick. Ah, jeez. It's gonna want me to do a lot of these, isn't it? This would be a lot easier with a D-pad. Do I have something with a D-pad for future reference? Actually, I don't know. I don't know if that controller would work. I'll look into that, but we'll see. But I digress a great deal. Does anybody remember... Only 90s kids remember Xenon of the 23rd century. Whoa. Can I, please? Guess not. Okay, I'm stuck. We can backtrack, but we can't get up there. I need to get up there. I'm not gonna be able to pull off that many wall jumps in a row. I'm not a game wizard. Do y'all want to sit here and what? Do y'all want to sit? That's a little too close. That's a little too close. Do y'all want to sit here and watch me fail at wall jumps for the next 20 minutes? I don't. I'm kind of tempted to keep playing and just cut out this bit. Or we could just sit here and talk about Xenon of the 23rd century, or whichever century it was, I can't remember. So I think what I need to do is do the wall. I need to... Okay. There we go. What? Excuse me? I can't. What do you mean I can't? What? I jumped all the way up here? What? I jumped all the way up here and it was a dead end. Do I need to use these teleport looking things? Okay. Wait, Wade has something to say. Thank you, finally.
Try using the teleporters to access other parts of the space station.
So we can use the teleporters. How do I use... Oh, that's how. Okay. So we can use the teleporters. We just didn't hit the thing that lets us use the teleporters. Okay, so then we need to go here, and then shoot the wall a bunch, and then shoot this robot. But I remember this show was not the show with the weird stuff. The show with the really weird, just everything was, Totally Spies was the show with the really weird stuff that also had like a similar theming to this one. Why is that robot? Anyway, Totally Spies was the show with like the really weird, like weird situations would happen to them that, like, in hindsight, probably not for the purest reasons. Why do I have to roll under these? I think I have to roll under these. Yup. But you know what? This is now 90s. This is now 90s Nostalgia Fest. Ooh, I hope we don't have to jump back up there, because I'm not gonna try and jump back up there. Oh, this is... I'm not a fan of this wall jump control. Like, let me hold into the wall that I'm jumping into, please. That would be much better. That would be how sensible people would do. Like, if you're pressed against a wall. Okay, there are 3 teleporters here. We're gonna take this one first. Oop. We're gonna let this robot lady come at us a little bit. And then we're gonna punch her. I love that I had to wait through that whole jump like that whole roll animation to get the dodge roll I needed. I don't know that we need the lipstick, but we're gonna take it. I don't know. This is now 90s Nostalgia Fest because this is based upon a 90s This is based on a 90s property and it's valid, so I'm doing it. You know what else? You know what show was really, really bad, and I even knew it was really bad as a young person, despite both young and now me having no sense of what is good and bad in any media. Like, what's a good media? What's a bad media? Young me did not know, now me does not know, but you know what I do know is real heckin' bad? Johnny Test. It was a bad, bad time. And I was not a fan of it. And I don't think anybody else was a fan of it. It is what is... It illustrates really well what a bad... Oh! Oh, space ninjas. I died. Space ninjas. Ninjas in space. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna roll into him and use the attack roll. Ow, or we can take damage as we're rolling. Oop, that's not what I want at all. Ninja monkeys in space is just the most 90s thing, isn't it? I'm not even gonna learn how to play this game properly. Like, I'm not gonna learn how to fight in this game. I'm just gonna... Monkey ninjas. Monkey ninjas. Monkey ninjas. Monkey ninjas.
Oh, that's a credit card receipt for all his space equipment. It's in French. Fortunately for you, I passed French class with flying colors. Better head over to Paris, that's probably where they took Ron.
Okay. Well, I think that's, ooh, we're not playing the Paris level. I'm not gonna play the Paris level, but I think that's enough. I've gotten a good first impression of this game. So, this week we found... I just said I'm not gonna do this level, and here I sit, immediately starting to play. This week we found, Kim Possible Revenge of the Monkey, I think? I'll put the actual titles on screen right now. This week we found a Kim Possible game for the Game Boy Advance. I found it to be surprisingly good, and I think it's a pretty good time. Tell me how you guys found it in the comments down below. If you like what I do here, there's a subscribe button. It sure exists if you want more. If you're not the biggest fan of video games, I do a show called Paper Cuts, where I read a public domain book. Right now we're reading The Colors of Space. The recorded videos for that go up on Thursdays. I record episodes live on Twitch on Fridays. Speaking of Twitch, I also do a variety video game stream thing on Wednesday nights on Twitch. And one other thing I do on Twitch is a D&D game called LGBT&D over on a channel that's not mine on Sundays. But if you want to find me, it's Glacier Nestor or Glacier_Nestor, depending on whether they allow an underscore or not. It's usually Glacier_Nestor because people like allowing underscores. That's on Twitch, that's on Twitter, that's on not Tumblr anymore because of the things that Tumblr have done lately. I've been looking for an excuse to leave Tumblr and I got one. If you want to watch me play D&D for LGBT&D, that's on Sunday evenings on Matt Hatter Plays' Twitch. So it's not on my stuff, but it's something that happens. Anyway, this has been Frozen Tundra Finds. Tune in next week to see what we find. Hope y'all have a great week.